What's going on, guys? It's SK. I'm back here with another video. Today I'm going to talk to you about how I keep laser focus on my tasks during the day. Before we go into it though, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting my channel. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. It's a win-win for both of us. Now, let's get into it. So, I have 3 things that I practice on a daily basis that help me with maintaining my focus throughout the day and helps me keep on track with my tasks. The first step is I meditate. I meditate every morning and every evening, and I use this time to collect myself, to collect my thoughts, which in turn helps reduce my stress levels and my anxiety levels, okay, from whatever it may be. Okay, there's a lot of noise that goes on in the outer world. There's also the stress of, work, just timelines. If I feel as though I'm falling behind on my schedule, for example, then that can build up stress. And if you're someone who has a busy lifestyle and you like to do quite a bit throughout your day, then you will naturally feel like at least a subconscious or a secondary level of stress or anxiety, right? When I meditate, I namely do this one thing, and this I find helps break down any form of lingering thoughts, any form of external thoughts, or any noise that's just taking place outside me. What I do is I I do square breathing exercises or box breathing. Okay, and what this is an exercise that's just designed to help regulate your breath. It brings down your heart rate, and it also helps dispel anxiety, stress, and any negative thoughts that may be going on in your mind. All right. And it's a very simple process. What you're going to do is for a set period of time, whether it's 4, 6, or 8 seconds, okay, depending on how long you can hold your breath for, how long you like to keep the cycle going for, okay, you're going to breathe in for, let's just say, 4 seconds, hold the breath for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, and then hold the breath out for 4 seconds. And I like to do at least a minimum of 3 rotations of this exercise. Okay, so let's say like 3 sets of 4 seconds of square breathing. All right, and this helps me massively to align myself for the day and also set myself up for the following day in the evening. Okay, the next step that I do is I journal. Okay, or I write down things. I'm a little old-fashioned from time to time. I like to write things down on a notepad and pen, and I'll jot down all my tasks that I have for the day ahead of me, or even as I'm getting tasks throughout the day. If I have to do something, I'll make sure that I just quickly scribble it down. All right. If I don't have my notepad and pen to hand, it's an old habit learned throughout the military. Anyone who's going to be joining the army or just military in general, you will find that your notepad and pen is like your best friend. You will go with it. You go everywhere with it. But we live in the digital age, and most people have got digipads or notepads on their phones, right? Or you have like a notes app or something like that. You have a calendar app, so you can actually schedule things in and set reminders. I mean, how amazing is that? You don't have to like physically write things down and then flick through pages, etc. You can just look through your phone and type things out, set a reminder, and there, it's done, right? Sometimes you just need a little memory jogger, okay? Sometimes that's what you need. And I find that this is very helpful, especially when I've got a lot going on during the day. Okay, so that's one part that I find is very useful to help me keep myself focused on my task. And the third and final step, last but not least, actually, I probably should have rated this in a list of priorities. I would bump this up to the top of the pile if I'm honest, okay? And it's get enough sleep. Sleep is so underrated, and I just cannot believe one, I used to overlook it for so long, for such a long period of my of my life. But genuinely, whether it's just focus, health benefits, or like just recovery in general, you need to have a minimum of 8 hours of sleep. And I'd even go so far to say like north of 8 hours, especially if you're quite young, right? And if you're also active. Okay. Now, if you're young and active, then yeah, you need to be pushing like 9 or even 10 hours of sleep, right? And you might think that's a really long time, which in essence it kind of is. I mean, that's 10 hours that you're spending, in bed in your sleep state. But honestly, it is a game changer. It is literally a life changer. I found that when I started to get my sleeping schedule right, not only were my thoughts clearer, my mood, my emotions, my mental state just became so much more stable and clearer. Okay, I would stop having like random depressive thoughts or any form of anxiety that I felt was sort of looming over me, would just dispel. And yeah, I mean, stress, it's a massive stress buster. And there's nothing better, honestly, there's nothing better than waking up in the morning knowing that you've rested well, having that fresh feeling when you just wake up and you're like, yeah, okay, I'm ready to take on the day. You're not feeling groggy, not feeling tired or drowsy, eyes aren't heavy or baggy, okay? And you find that you just feel so much more energized. I mean, I definitely did. So try that, okay? So we're going to recap. So making sure that in order to keep a good, healthy sort of level of focus in general, practice meditation, practice square breathing exercises specifically, okay? Regulate your breathing and reduce your anxiety and stress levels that way, okay? Make a note of your objectives or whatever it is that you need to do, whatever it is, even if it is like something as simple as getting into a morning routine. Okay, this is also part of accountability, which is a huge aspect of the self-improvement journey. Okay, accountability is everything because everything begins and ends with you, right? So having a notepad or putting things down in your notes until you get to a point where you feel comfortable enough to memorize things in your routine, and even then I would say still do it. I mean, I still write things down on my notepad. I have a little whiteboard in my room where I write things down for me to get done during the day or the week, etc. That's going to help you massively with maintaining focus and keeping yourself aligned in your task. And also sleep. Make sure that you get enough sleep. All right, 8 hours of rest on average is great. If you can get more, if your lifestyle allows that, that's even better. Okay, because then you'll be definitely hitting those REM cycles, getting into a deeper level of sleep. Your heart rate will come down and enter like a very like almost like cruise mode, right? It's almost like your body is just going into cruise mode and you're just cruising through your sleep. Body is just regenerating, recuperating. Your cortisol levels are coming down. Okay, that's your stress hormone. That's being regulated really well. Your blood gets regulated. Oxygen levels are flowing properly. Okay, not to also mention that when you're sleeping, that's when the protein synthesis aspect of muscle rebuilding takes place. All right, so for anyone who's there to get the gains, looking to get the gains, I mean, I'm also on the gain train. It's going to help you out massively. All right, so I hope you found that video helpful. If you enjoyed this content, give it a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.